All right, today we're going to dive into a really practical guide on high impact well being strategies. It's all built around this one simple but honestly profound idea. If you want to unlock a student's potential, you have to start with their well being. And this framework, well, it shows us exactly how to do that. I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? It's at the heart of everything we do as educators. How can we help every single student not just pass their tests, but actually thrive? In school and in life? Well, the answer, as we're about to see, is probably more fundamental than you think. And here it is. This is the core principle. Well-being isn't some fluffy add-on, it is the actual foundation for learning. I really like this diagram because it puts well-being right there in the middle where it belongs. It shows how a student's ability to learn is held up by everything else. The teaching, the leadership, it's all connected. Okay, but before we jump into all the strategies, we need to get super clear on what we even mean by well-being, because understanding the why behind it is what makes the how so incredibly powerful. So let's get specific. Well-being is way more than just being happy. It's really about having the capabilities a person needs to thrive. We're talking about the whole package. Physical health, sure, but also solid psychological functioning, real-life satisfaction, and this one's huge, mental flexibility. The ability to cope and adapt. It's basically a toolkit for life. So, if we know that well-being is the key, how do we actually build it in our schools? Well, this guide gives us a powerful, evidence-based answer. So let's get to the good stuff, the 7 high-impact strategies. And here it is, the High-Impact Well-Being Strategies Framework, or HIWS for short. You can see right away how it all fits together like a system. Honestly, just think of it as a toolkit with 7 amazing interconnected tools, all designed to create a safe, supportive place where students can really flourish. So let's walk through them. Now for the fun part. Let's see how we take this from a cool-looking diagram to real life. What do these 7 strategies actually look like in a busy classroom on a Tuesday morning? It all starts right here. Strategy number 1, build relationships. This is the bedrock. Everything else is built on this. It's about taking the time to connect, responding with empathy, and this is critical, getting curious about the why behind a student's behavior, not just jumping straight to the consequence. And building right on top of that is strategy number 2, facilitate peer relationships. Because, a classroom isn't just about teacher-student interactions. Kids need to learn how to connect with each other. So this means we have to intentionally create chances for them to collaborate and build those positive bonds that are so important for their mental health. Okay, this next one is all about safety. Strategy 3 is establish clear expectations. When students know what's coming, they feel secure. It's that simple. A predictable room lowers anxiety and actually frees up their brains to learn. And the magic word here is consistency, calmly reinforcing those expectations no matter what kind of day you're having. Strategy 4 is all about supporting inclusion and belonging. The research is crystal clear on this. There's a direct line between a kid feeling like they belong at school and having better mental health. This means we have to actively create a classroom where every student feels seen and valued. And that means shutting down any discriminatory behavior immediately. Now let's talk about number 5, foster student self-efficacy. This is just a fancy way of saying we need to help students believe in themselves. When a kid truly believes, I can do this, it changes the entire game. So we have to ditch that old deficit model and instead focus on helping every single student set and crush their goals. Strategy 6, engage students. Okay, this one might sound a little obvious, but its impact is absolutely massive. When kids are truly engaged, attendance goes up, their sense of belonging gets stronger, everything gets better. And the secret sauce is tailoring tasks to what they're actually interested in and giving them some choice in their own learning. And finally, we've got a really critical one. Strategy 7, promote coping strategies. Our job here is to help students build their own life skills toolkit and, importantly, to know when it's time to ask for help. That means we have to be the ones who notice when something's off and raise a concern. But let's be really clear, this does not mean we're supposed to be therapists. Our role is to be a bridge to support, not the destination. Now, after hearing all 7 of those, you might be thinking, whoa, that is a lot for one person. And you know what? You're absolutely right, because these strategies are at their most powerful when they are part of a whole school effort. This isn't just one teacher's job. It's a responsibility for the entire community. As you can see, everybody has a role to play. Teachers use it to reflect on their own practice. School leaders use it to guide support. Well-being teams use it to lead the bigger conversations. It really does take a village. This diagram here shows maybe the most important point of the entire framework. This is not a checklist. Please don't treat it like a to-do list you have to tick off. Look at how it's a web. Each strategy connects to the others, strengthens the others. They're all woven together to help you meet the needs of your actual students. So let's bring it all back home. Because even though this is a whole school effort, it all comes back to one central, incredibly powerful place: your daily practice as an educator. I think this quote just nails it. This whole thing is designed to empower you. It gives you the know-how and the actual strategies to make a real difference for your students, not by adding a bunch of new stuff to your plate, but just as part of what you're already doing every single day. And here's the ultimate takeaway, the bottom line. When you intentionally and consistently use these strategies, you're doing so much more than just supporting well-being. You are building the actual foundation for academic achievement and really for lifelong success. So I'll leave you with this one question. You don't have to master all 7 of these overnight. That's not the point. Just thinking about your students right now, which one strategy will you really focus on this week?